On July 11th, we went on a nature walk on the Wallingford Land Trust's Orchard Glen Trail. It was a beautiful day on the trail, and we had a lot of fun exploring the small section we planned to film in. This area of the trail contains a brook, and we found a ton of amazing plants and animals near the water. These small bladder snails were eating algae off a rock. Snails also help keep waterways clean by breaking down dead materials. We also saw some amphibians. This little green frog stayed very still for its photo. We found a salamander too. Amphibians like these two often eat aquatic insects, like this water strider that we also found. Water striders are mantids, which means they are closely related to the praying mantis, our state insect. It wasn't just animals we found in the water. We also found some mushrooms growing. There were a lot of mushrooms growing all over the trail in all kinds of places. While they may look like plants, mushrooms are actually fungi, and like the snails, they are decomposers, breaking down decaying material. Mushrooms are the largest living organisms on Earth, with one from Oregon growing to a whopping 3.8 kilometers in size. Mushrooms don't just grow in water or in land, they can even survive in outer space. Another organism that often gets mistaken for a plant is lichen. Lichen is actually a composite organism, which means it's a symbiotic relationship. Lichen consists of a team-up between fungi, like mushrooms, and algae, like the stuff our snail friends like to eat. Lichen commonly gets mistaken for a moss, which can be seen here. While they grow in similar conditions, moss is actually a plant. While it doesn't have roots, it still is able to cling onto surfaces using its rhizomes. Rhizomes can't absorb nutrients like roots do, but do serve a similar purpose of holding the moss in place. A great example of a plant with roots is the swamp oak. Swamp oaks love wet places and can grow big and strong even with their roots in muddy water. You can see just how big this oak is thanks to our amazing camera people providing some scale. Another awesome plant we found growing on the trail was this fern. There are over 10,000 species of fern around the world, and they have some of the most intricate leaves out of any plant. We also found some wildflowers, such as this prairie false indigo, and even found some ivy growing up a tree. Ivy can sometimes hurt a tree by trapping moisture and blocking sunlight. If a tree gets too hurt or sick, it falls, like this one. Trees like this make for perfect habitats for all kinds of spiders, insects, and other small animals. This daddy longlegs lives nearby. Despite its looks, it isn't a spider, just an arachnid. Spiders have 2 body segments, while our daddy longlegs friend only has 1. We found so many plants and animals on our hike. We also found a few different kinds of quartz, a very beautiful kind of rock. Once we finished collecting footage, the Wallingford Garden Club read us a story, and we set out researching what we found. There's a lot to see at the Orchard Glen Trail. Next time you visit, what do you think you'll discover?